He said, just learn to take care of something with absolute involvement. Something, it doesn't matter what. She takes care of her blind husband, I take care of my old parents. And when I chop these animals, I chop it with minimizing their suffering to whatever. I have chosen to be a butcher because if somebody else becomes a butcher, he may hurt the animals. I have become a butcher because I thought I could do it best. If I leave it to somebody else, they may do it somehow. So, not very different. Criminal lawyer do it compassionately, what's the problem? You may do lawyer's work, you may do some other work, it doesn't matter. All kinds of things need to be done in the world, you have to do it. But essentially if you see that I am just life, life will reverberate with everything else. Love is not a policy, it's an experience. You're trying to make it a policy. As a policy, it's quite a stupid policy, really. If you look around and feel one with everything, it's a great feeling. You telling yourself, I am you, you are me, I am you. It leads to a completely different rubbish. Don't like anybody, don't dislike anybody, just be with them. As you can be with the trees and the clouds and the mountains and everything else. Suppose you say, I love your children, love my children, what do? You do whatever is needed. Yes or no? Isn't that what love is about? You do only what's needed, you're not prejudiced. So prejudice happens because you identified with something or the other. When I say prejudice, you need to understand, the moment the mind gets identified with something, you have a certain kind of prejudice. If you say, I'm a man, you have a very male kind of prejudice, which is, you won't know. Others think you're something else, you know? They have bad names. Others. The moment you say, I'm Indian, you have an Indian kind of prejudice. Whatever identity you take, your mind works only around that and it makes it look like it's all right, that particular thing, whatever you identified with, everything else looks different. So essentially spiritual process means not identifying with something new, learning to live here without any sense of identity, learning to live here just as life, because that's what you really are, isn't it? So right now, you're in the court, it is not the nature of your job, it is your identity which doesn't allow you to reverberate. Right now, you may be working towards getting a death sentence for somebody, okay? Even if you're working to get a death sentence, you can do this job well without being against the man. So it doesn't matter what is the nature of your job, even if your job is that of a hangman, you can still do it compassionately. People have done even such extreme jobs compassionately, isn't it?